A newborn kitten, 1 day old.
3 newborn kittens.
They now drink cow's milk from a pan, and they can have all the milk that they want. They try to scare each other, but it's only a friendly wrestling match. Ouch! You were brave to fight, kittens. One of them seems to think that Mother's tail is a toy. Now the kittens are ready for a little frolic.
Goodbye, kitten. Now I must take your brother to the postmaster.
His fur stands up on end. What a fierce-looking kitten. Look out, kitten. Now, what will the kitten do? He doesn't run away.
All right, good evening, everybody. We've got exciting ITSL action tonight. Derek Miller comes into this game against Cory Johnson, 12-6, needs a win in one of his last 2 games of the season to get into the playoffs. And today's opponent, Cory, comes in 9-8. So he also still alive for a postseason berth, as if he can crawl his way up to 12-8. That might get him in. He'll be on the border, but might get him in. So I'm Jeremy Andrews, joined by Matt Dominski and Frank Zhang. Guys, how are you doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. And Frank, what do you think about this opening hand?
Looking pretty decent. Obviously, D-stall is great. Should have enough ops if we dodge a purge to do some stuff.
Yeah, this is a pretty good hand, I think.
What's the headline here?
That is the one issue. There's no clear headline. I mean, it might be Asia, I was gonna say.
Well, either way, it doesn't matter.
We won't bring up my terrible idea, which I don't think I would have actually done.
Headline D-stall, yeah.
It actually with him putting an op in France, that's a huge tell. So I didn't even notice that. So wouldn't have considered it. I think that was fine. It might have gone Asia, like Frank was saying, but that was fine.
The D-stall is tough to do without knowing where.
Now,
yeah, I think it's kind of nuts, and it's real nuts when the US sets up like that.
Interesting that Derek went for the Warsaw coup. I think I would have went with the duck coup and then instantly D-stall into Thailand.
Yeah.
But maybe he wants to use the duck on the next coup and prevent his opponent from having any middle ops.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting spot for Cory. I mean, duck coup of Malaysia is very much in play here too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because Cory doesn't have like any good targets right now to drop DEFCON at least.
Yeah, I think if I'm Cory, I'm putting. Well, let's see what he's doing.
Like you take a round back, yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, and I think let's do this. Yep.
And it gets
wonderfully.
Yeah.
And we should be able to get this down now.
Yeah, it'll
Yeah,
be
this
interesting to
Could
see
go
if
for the old Pakistan and South Korea play, which might cause a Dom problem.
Oh, actually, he can just block it with Pakistan. So our friends in Australia is a country count down there too.
yeah, well, and only one battleground is easy to block.
So I was probably a little hasty saying we should be able to get this Dom off.
Well, it's interesting because if he takes Pakistan, then he might be giving up mill ops, so he might be debating between the two right now.
Yeah, interesting spot for sure. He might have some fear of IP war too.
Yeah, with Iran, I mean, you could take. I might take Afghanistan too.
I think that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
That does get Derek Indonesia.
Yeah, it's interesting he didn't use a 3-op to take Indonesia.
We might have to play the China card to take South Korea here if India gets taken. And that would just be 4 South Korea, 1 Lao. We also do need to grab Middle East presence at some point. We've got 3 ARs. Kind of want to destall.
Yeah, I mean, you could hold D-stall till next turn, but yeah, it'd be nice to get that off if you can. Problem is you're holding US, Japan, and Asia.
Yeah, just getting that 1 op in France is so obnoxious and forces a response from the US player. So I kind of want to do it before that gets closed up, but I don't know that that's realistic.
If you're trying to score a dom in Asia, I don't know if it is.
Well, especially now that we gave EEU, we don't really have D-stall fuel anymore. Keep that in mind.
But
Well,
we
you're
just
getting
got some back.
Comic-Con. Yeah, you're getting Comic-Con now. I would just pick a country. Most of this is going to destall at some point, anyways.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that and that, which makes sense to me. So we have 2, 4, 6.
Yeah.
6 to 3. So the only way to really block this Dom is to
The
take Japan,
Indonesia
and that
flip, or
Yeah, take Japan, yeah. I mean, it gives him a free 4-op, but to save 6, was it like 5 or 6 points, I think is worth it.
yeah, because country count right now is I believe 6 to 3.
Yeah.
So I don't think it can be done on country count. It's got to be.
Not without having any
a
1-ops.
4-op, you could flip Indo and take Philippines. That would do it, right?
1, 2, 3,
All right,
4.
but we're gonna get the Dom. So he was definitely not afraid of IP war.
But yeah, you are correct on that flip. That would have stopped it.
Yeah. Suez gets space. We're gonna destall here, which is interesting. Like we can do a lot with the okay. I think we have to take Middle East presence was going to be my
Yeah, I think holding D-stall for next turn is better. Just do US Japan.
And you might even want to take Syria, right, to prevent Iraq poke from losing presence, and to make Nasser domination in the headline.
Yeah, but East Germany poke is also good.
Yeah, that's fine as well.
But yeah, I do think a poke of Iraq would be a little annoying.
I think the Syria op might have been just a touch better because of what Frank was saying about Nasser. This should poking West Germany should stop Cory from poking Iraq.
Maybe if he has a 4-op, I think he still does it.
Yeah, maybe, and there are plenty of those out there.
Because you put 2 up, you use 2-ops of that there. You fix West Germany and dump another one into France, and Derek can't take France AR1 unless if he draws the
Well, you
Gaul. I
take
guess
France with it for sure, and over West Germany.
you take France over what? Yeah. So then
Okay, he does have one of those.
Goes heavy in Europe.
Okay, this is interesting.
This is good. Yeah, the purge blockade obviously undefectable, instantly jumps out.
Yeah, and only NATO can be discarded to blockade at this point.
UN
Right.
Marshal is also obviously amazing.
Yeah, plenty to work with here.
Yeah, it's too bad you can't hold both UN and Marshall till next turn.
Yeah, but if we're getting West Germany out of the deal,
We'll see if the US has
Oh,
containment that would also
potentially.
just effectively defect the purge.
yeah, that's a very good point because I was just looking at it, and containment by far the best headline.
If he has it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, it's CNS, Middle East scoring, a reasonable headline too. Okay,
Special helps.
Derek will take that in a heartbeat though.
One communist on the faculty of one university is one communist too many.
Reaching for a 2-op, I suppose he's going for Panama then. I
Yeah.
wonder if I could have tried my luck at Iran.
So we're out of ops, even with him purged to go after West Germany. Then I guess is my only thought, but that's also fine because like we're not getting Nasser, right? So
I'd be very
it does
surprised if
make
we're getting
sense.
him.
Yeah, we're not getting it early in the turn for sure.
And that was another 2, so the coup rolls haven't been good for Derek, but he's had some decent cards at least.
Well, if he wants better coup rolls, put more ops into it.
Okay,
He could have guaranteed Panama with using Marshall.
that's a man. Oh, we're just gonna figure this out right away. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, that's an interesting play for sure.
Might have tried to suss it out a little bit more, but I guess he doesn't have a ton of ops to attack. I mean, Truman is still around. I guess if opponent was thinking about this, it wasn't going to work anyway to delay the play. Oh, there we go. And Europe scored, so that works out wonderfully for Derek. Very well done.
Oh, he doesn't even try to put more stuff back in. Interesting.
Yeah,
So
and
does
this
he-
is right from Derek. I like that.
So does he not even have like a 3-op that he can use to go put a couple in there?
I mean, well, he obviously doesn't have containment. He's played
Yeah.
Norad. NATO, the only cards above 2 ops right now are NATO, which he obviously doesn't have, and then De Gaulle and Sock Govs. So he has no ops.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, that sucks.
Love to see that. Would have rather seen him play it.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's going to come back, so I don't know how much I actually love it, but yeah.
Yeah, I like taking out of East Germany. There.
Yeah.
I would have strongly considered Libya instead of Brazil there. Especially, we know our opponent does not have a lot of ops to realign with. I think I preferred Libya to Brazil.
Yeah, but we also didn't have any ops to take anything our next 2 turns.
Yeah, we don't. That is the one downside.
Do you really think he'd contest Libya though? I don't know. Maybe. Okay. Yeah, we definitely need to wall that off.
Yeah, only way you're blocking that is if you poke.
And with Truman around, do you overprotect West Germany? I mean, opponent's
yeah.
purged though. Does
I
have
don't-
the China card.
Yeah, he would have to use China. I think because we've determined, I think, that he doesn't have a clean 3 in his hand.
Yeah, which is interesting. He didn't just dump China right back into West Germany,
Well,
especially holding.
so that means he doesn't have Truman, to me.
Yeah, yeah.
So he
Because
doesn't have,
especially if
he
he's
doesn't have
holding,
containment.
especially if he's holding Europe scoring, I would think he would want to try to get a domination off.
Yeah.
So that sequence of play doesn't make too much sense.
Well, I think he just has a hand of red cards. I think he's just got a crap hand.
Yeah, but I think you still fight for it.
Oh, but I'm saying I don't think he has anything to fight it with.
I mean, without a Jace, yeah, I guess not. I mean, he could have risked AI war, I guess,
Because if you
but
put,
it would been difficult for Derek to go back in, not knowing where Truman is, right?
yeah, I mean that was my thought. But I mean, if it's not in his hand, then he's banking. He's going to play the China card and bank that it's not in Derek's hand, because
Yeah, yeah.
he's going to play China anyway.
He's playing China, yeah, which
Okay,
yeah, setting up for De Gaulle.
I think so. Yeah. Does the Romania event give us Dom?
Yes.
Looks like it should, yeah.
Independent Reds is in the discard pile. I don't know what else are we. I think we've decided he's not poking here, so I think I like eventing Romanian.
Yeah, and just hope he doesn't redraw Indy Reds.
And if he does, like, hey, you're gonna make him event it? Like, okay.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, I would if he redrew it, that's a pretty good headline.
Yeah, but like containments around. So yeah, I think this is right.
Yeah, you're not as worried about purge, right, or and even blockade.
Ever since King Michael of Romania came to the throne in 1927, he's been in the forefront of European news. He was then a boy of 6, having succeeded King Ferdinand after Carol had been...
Yeah, I think our opponent has Decall sitting in there and something else pretty bad.
Yeah, it was a god-awful time for the US to get purged there.
Yeah, very... Sorry, go
Very
ahead.
much so.
Michael was now 19 years old, and the next piece of
Redraws, duck and cover.
We see him here later, attending a Russian celebration in honor of the
IP war could be a nice headline here. De Gaulle would put it, what, 2-1?
Yes.
So you could steal France with NATO.
All right, I think Cory has Truman, Containment, Nasser, Decall, SocGovs, and CNS.
Was CNS not invented? Or did we? Oh no, US based. Yeah, okay. I think that's right.
Deck is...
Yeah, the problem with the De Gaulle route is you're not cooing in the Middle East. Although...
But you're only one country away from Europe control at that point.
That's true.
And it's a very targetable brush war country.
All right, so this is a big role in this game.
Yeah, and this just misses.
Containment, when I'm looking at a bunch of low numbers on Cory's side, that makes perfect sense. Derek's going to go for this, and he hits a big old Mat 6. So,
yeah, he needed
at least.
Yeah, I don't know if he would rather the 6 be there or on India.
Definitely on India, I would say.
I think so too. But
yeah, he got one.
Nice to finally get one. Yeah.
Oh, and that's a
Marshall jams Germany.
Damn.
Yeah, so he has Truman, so he's trying to steal it back.
Yeah, but
we have the China card. I just don't think that's going to be effective.
Yeah, I don't know. If you can prevent,
yeah, I guess out of Derek's known cards, right? He didn't see any 3-ops or high ops, but yeah, with China and redraws, I didn't think that was going to be effective.
The one nice thing is if he has enough ops to keep doing this, it prevents Derek from spreading in South America. So if he's hoping to get
Well, you know,
voice,
his cards, and it was that one Truman, Nasser, Sokovs, and CNS. So he really didn't. And now
yeah, and that
Derek
was a
needs to do that too. Like that's
spacing that early was a huge mistake. He needed to overprotect Pakistan.
yeah. So he does get a very efficient CNS, but it comes at a high price.
Yeah, I mean you can space any time. You need to keep you needed to keep Pakistan.
So I think we're just dropping the Middle East here, given the fact that Truman is known. I don't mind overprotecting our not overprotected battlegrounds, the two Germanys.
Yeah.
Overprotecting Pakistan is a big deal, so we've got some stuff to do.
Yeah. Really
I'll
like to
just-
shore up South America as well, obviously.
Yeah, I was gonna say that needs to be filled in.
Well, and you're going to waste if he decides to take Israel, you're going to waste a turn an AR taking Saudi.
I don't think you do. Maybe you just see the points at that point if the US spends 4 ops in Israel.
Yeah.
Okay, I like the Saharan walk, and we're just gonna dump that, which makes perfect sense. I believe our opponent has Truman, Nasser, and Sokovs. Like Middle East scoring was known, so there's no point in trying to wait out Nasser. He could have spaced it too. So just dropping the scoring there was the right play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, Africa's gonna be pretty bad, especially if the US gets quick grain sales.
Yep.
Grain sales or voice.
Stuff.
Yeah, I mean, playing Warsaw here, I actually don't mind putting one in East Germany.
Yeah.
But I mean, Zaire perfectly good too.
Yeah, I think West Germany.
West Germany,
Already-
obviously, but East Germany, maybe not completely needed.
I don't think East Germany is really needed because isn't Warsaw still out there, right?
Yeah,
We
exactly.
just played
Warsaw
it.
will still be around.
Oh yeah, he just played it, right? Yeah, he just played it.
But I'm fine with what just happened there.
Yeah, I mean,
although-
like, if the US gets grain, like, even if you overprotected Zaire, it's screwed.
right. Does he get a headline peak? He
All right, so
does.
it's going to be a headline peak.
Going into the mid. That's a quick headline peak.
And here's some good stuff.
Yeah, I'd go between Lib, Theo, and Cambridge 5.
Shea does stop two
maybe
dollars.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, maybe Shea, but I mean, you he has peak, so you gotta.
See if we get a hit with the missile crisis. It's gonna be Pope.
Yeah, missile crisis would not be fun there.
Yeah, missile crisis would have been a disaster, I think.
Yeah,
Shea really tuckered himself out in the Saharan states and just had a one left over in Guatemala.
well, all that travel, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just a coup of Angola, right? We can't, like, we're looking
I
at
think you ignore
Africa
Poland.
control if we protect Poland.
Well, is it Angola or Nigeria?
Angola to get us access
Angola,
to.
yeah, to protect Zaire and South
Yeah.
Africa access, I think makes more sense.
Yeah, yeah. Why are we going after Poland right now?
I mean, that's unscored.
It's
important
unscored,
country.
yeah. I makes me think you might have Europe scoring.
I actually kind of like
Good.
putting one more op into Poland just because if we event Warsaw later, we just get control of the country.
Yeah, it's kind of sneaky. But he does. What happened to Truman?
Still in his hand.
Yeah, still in his hand.
So that's fair. But do you think he'd Truman us out if we just put one in there?
Yeah, I don't necessarily think so. But I also think like this lives force the response, so
Yeah.
Derek could still do it now.
Okay, cultural will overprotect North Korea because we're not getting the China card back anytime soon unless our opponent gives it to us.
Right.
So let's see. Our priorities here. We want to. Let's see what this does.
Oh, that's knowing Derek headline Shea, maybe would you have headline CIA to prevent Derek from getting a coup off in Africa?
Yeah, I don't mind that play at all. I mean, a CIA coup would have
Kept Angola and
you're looking
USSR.
at control if he hits
right, because he would have done it on Zaire. Derek might have flipped Nigeria at that point.
Yeah, that's true. Didn't have
But
flip it with though.
huh?
We didn't have much to flip it with though.
That's a good point too.
For
For
influence?
ops.
Well, where would he put it if he invented it?
It's around Cuba.
Yeah,
and
minimum.
Paraguay.
At minimum,
Cuba.
around
Peru.
Cuba.
There's so many
And yeah,
places to put it.
the
Oh, I don't like that at
access to
all.
South America is huge.
Yeah.
South
not a big
America,
deal.
to get access into South America, I would agree with.
Yep, we don't know. Lag to space. That's sad.
He is rocketing up the space track.
Yeah.
I don't think he's missed a space roll yet. Or maybe he missed one.
Yeah, so let's see. So we need to grab our South America control. That's an annoying event, but it honestly doesn't do that much.
It's not as big because you already have an op in Egypt, so that will get you that anyways.
Another Angola op?
What did we need the third in Angola? I was going to say we'll protect Venezuela, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Or
very concerned about VOA wiping us out of there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I guess, but I'd rather overprotect Venezuela first instead of losing the top half of South.
So VOA could have wiped us out of either, but I do think I prefer overprotecting Venezuela because there's still cards that get us back in Angola.
Yeah.
And other cards that attack Venezuela.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
well there's still Panama Canal.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Asia's nice.
Asia's
Very nice. Yes. OPEC 3.
Since you have We Will Bear You, don't you just headline missile?
I was gonna say I think that's safe, right? Let me hold on, I'm getting the card.
That's the only red card that can degrade DEFCON, right?
Yeah, and
I mean automatically.
And nothing else to headline that's interesting. So yeah, I think you go for missile.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially since you're giving up headline peak. I think maybe by turn 6 he'll be at the space station.
Could be.
So I know we're not getting there, but I just want to go through this little thought exercise. We Will Bury You is 3. Asia is what, 6?
With I think
Let's
so.
just say it's 6. OPEC is 3, so we're up to 12. U2 plus
worth-
UN, so we're up to 14. Space is 15. I'm just saying, there's a lot of VPs in this hand. I'm not.
Yes,
This is obviously the right way to go about this.
that's a lot of points, but that's also a lot of events,
A lot of
and
events, and it's a lot of suboptimal play. It's just
a lot of because you're gonna have to UN probably CRG or Bear Trap and space the other, so you're getting like maybe, and I don't know.
And you're forgoing a coup. It's a terrible plan, but it's interesting how many VPs there are. Oh, that's bad. It actually became a lot less terrible with that headline.
Yeah.
Oh, and he hit the roll too.
Gets overprotection on it. Oh, new test.
And that's a bad missile envy pull.
Yeah.
I would consider just scoring Asia.
Yeah, because if you don't, well, either that or drop DEFCON.
You don't, you have to drop DEFCON.
Yeah, he's going to hit Thailand.
I mean, you could just go for the counter coup in Brazil right away with "We will bury you."
Yeah.
Yeah, although I don't mind.
Or you could just try to
taking a quick little two. I don't mind taking a 2-op coup of
Nigeria. Yeah.
Yeah. I would have just used independent red. I mean, we don't have Dom anymore, so Romania doesn't really matter.
Get rid of that.
Well, you're going to, I think CRG is correct because you don't want to event that and you're going to space Bear.
It probably won't matter at the end of the day.
No, but if we're spacing one, then we should have UN Bear Trap for another op.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so that's going to be in Zaire, which makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, well, should have been Venezuela, potentially.
Yeah.
All right, I like securing a 3-stab battleground. What is there any? No, there's no risk to Asia.
No, Derek has 8 countries.
I mean, yeah, unless Brush hits on Pakistan.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, that'd be quite unfortunate. I think he'd rather go after Venezuela though with Brush, maybe, but maybe not.
Yeah, I would definitely go after Venezuela with Brush. I think just take that extra pip on the die for my odds.
Right.
Well, and also just about as consequential too.
Right.
Well, yeah, it is.
Well, I mean, he could already go for the Colombia-Venezuela poke play and try to flip Venezuela that way.
Yeah.
Or just do this.
Flip
Or
it this
just
way.
do it by brute force. Oh, going for Africa, though. Seems like a
Okay.
man with Africa scoring.
It does. Yeah, I think the ABM I would have rather done on Venezuela.
It feels a little wasteful to use it in Africa.
Yeah. I agree.
Because he only needed a 2 there.
Right, yeah. Which is why I would have rather done it there.
All right, so we're going to realign first. We need to do a little bit better than him. That's not a good start. Good God.
Nope.
Jesus.
And not a good finish either.
Yeah, that's not... There's nothing good with that.
I honestly might have just cooed Colombia there.
I think I would have just cooed it back, yeah.
Because we're going first, which is great, but we have to do 1 op better than him on these realigns, and we were only taking a 2 op.
Yeah, I only would have tried that if the US cooed huge in Colombia.
Okay, he's going to realign. I was going to say it might be better for him just to jam Venezuela.
No, he should get him out. Okay. Well, but we don't have a good card to take this back.
Yeah. No, we don't.
No.
I mean, it might just be...
Yeah, I would just go, yeah. Because you got to space Bear Trap and you want to score OPEC. Well, maybe not now.
Yeah.
We have 2 minutes. I would say use whatever card. If that's China, it's China, and take Venezuela.
So South America and Africa have kind of turned, but it did take 2 power cards to do it.
Yeah, Africa is real swingy, anyways. But yeah, this better be into Venezuela.
Yeah, this will be Venezuela.
Yeah, so now let's just take our space. Yeah.
Yeah. So
we still have not advanced at all.
they have
funny.
not done anything in space.
Cosmonauts are just,
They're all drinking their vodka.
yeah, they're just stumbling all over the place doing nothing. Homemade events, okay.
Yeah, early in the mid-war.
Great cards out there. Gunman's out there. This could be pretty consequential.
Yeah.
Deck is decently blue, but not crazy.
Well, if you can get rid of like Southeast Asia scoring, that could help.
Yeah, that's 6 for Derek right now. No, 5.
Yeah, 5.
6, right?
No,
Oh,
5.
he
Yeah.
took Philippines. EI,
Wow.
Fire Power, and Salt. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it. It's not what you were really hoping to catch, but not bad either.
Yeah, I don't think either player's thrilled with that because those are some cards Derek wanted to see, but at the same time, nothing for Cory. Not what he wanted to see either.
Yeah.
Right. You go for the
like,
Cuba protection now.
Yeah, I like you saving Omit for after the second reshuffle, if possible.
Yeah, you're thinking about Haiti, Nicaragua, Frank.
Yeah, I'm very concerned about Fidel if he gets, or Central America if Fidel gets realigned out.
Well, that
Well,
wasn't
actually Fidel is still sitting.
Yeah, that's not Fidel. That was
Oh, that was a liberation. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, another Latin America revolutionary.
So Derek goes for the jam, which I don't think this is gonna work, but I mean it'll forestall an AR7 play, so I think this is probably fine.
Yeah, it depends on how many ops he has to play. If he's got 4 up, he could still poke somewhere. I don't know where you poke, but you could.
Yeah, there's actually not a lot of places for Cory to go, and he doesn't have much there. And that's actually decently consequential, getting a 2-stab non-battleground when country count looking like it's going to be a thing in Africa.
Yeah,
I'll certainly take Botswana for free.
Yeah, they both have 1 stabs right now, so they can exchange that. Oh, Derek with 3 scorings. That's not fun. And headline peaks, so it's going to be tough to headline any of them.
Southeast Asia should be pretty safe though.
Should be. Yeah, with CRGs in the discard,
Yeah,
it should be.
I think it should be completely safe.
Yeah, ABM's in the discard, CRG's in the discard. No, I guess voice could still mess you up there.
That feels fine to me.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, because that seems like a waste. Yeah, that seems like a waste to do it there.
Because our opponent doesn't have access to Thailand, so that's not that threatening. I think it is Southeast Asia, even with peak.
Yeah, I mean the only thing that you can say of doing voice in Southeast Asia is just the what the score will end up being after this. And you have like what 2 or 3 points in Central and 5 in Europe, so that's not going to be a great score going into the late war.
True, but I just feel like those VOA ops can be much more impactful.
Yeah, definitely more impactful.
And VOA is a great thing to think about because it would be insane to headline South America into peak with VOA, say, for example.
Yes. Yeah, that would give him domination.
Presence-less Dom, yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, I mean it's a high chance because it's turn 6, right?
And he's gonna go for
I-
all VOAs in Southeast. All right.
I'm fine with this.
We'll see.
Yeah, I think.
But it's fine.
But that's still fine. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out long term, but
Like that denied points. Like it didn't flip things over to making that a blue scoring.
you're not going to flip south, right? Because Derek could just fix that.
It's time for the huge Muslim coup on Zaire.
You would like
I think
in
so.
South,
Or
in
Nigeria is
South-
actually better. Yeah.
Yeah, one
in
one of the
Nigeria.
two, yeah.
Okay, good.
So voice in South only matters if he headlines it because he has no access, right?
Yeah.
And Africa, I don't know if voice really matters in Africa because it's so like all these countries are so above, like what the country needs,
Above the
right?
stability value, yeah.
Ability, yeah, that's
Okay, so
that's
a much better VOA to me that does cost him 2 points is take 1 out of Thailand, 2 out of Pakistan, and 1 out of Cuba. Like that is much more.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think it would have been worth 1 VOA thing to get 2 points out of Thailand, but I would have used the other 3 elsewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Cuba and Pakistan. I like those.
Because now Derek has to take the coup like he did, and now a Garden Variety 3 flips Pakistan, a 4 protects it from China.
Yeah, I would
So that was I don't want to call it a waste of VOA.
well, if he doesn't have
Not
a
nearly
4
as painful as it could have been.
yeah, if he doesn't have a 4 up, Pakistan might not be great, but we'll see.
Africa is 6-3, so we're gonna get this Dom. Unless he has the Red Sea
not-
card that makes Che blue.
I mean, it's 1, 2.
Yeah, so like we have the tempo to play arms race, then get this Dom off. We're gonna space Alliance. We can't give up 4 VPs. Yeah, gotta be Alliance. We do need to spend some ops to retake this Asia down. That could maybe be what China's used for. Because I think we're playing that and then just giving Nixon for
But you don't have to rush it though.
No, you don't have to rush it at all.
Yeah.
I think we're probably playing arms race next, then Africa. What's this gonna do? Well, maybe okay. That was the other thing. That's the one thing you could do. Now maybe we're playing China.
Yeah, I would play China now. I mean, you're holding Nixon, so might as well play it. Put 2 ups there right away.
Yeah, those 2. I think 1 Malaysia is fine over protecting Indonesia. Yeah, because what's the country got? 2, 4. We have 7 right now. Yeah, this is fine.
Yeah, it's just going to be a matter of who gets IP war and if it hits or not.
Yeah, IP war very consequential on this board for sure.
Yeah. He should take a coup now to nullify arms race.
Well, it'd have to be a 4-op coup though, so he's going to get a scoring off instead.
Oh, yeah. Maybe he might not have a 4-up.
I think the only one out there is Purge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Second space of Suez.
Second success of a space of Suez.
Yeah, I think he's only had 1 unsuccessful space, maybe.
I mean, that's a lot of VPs. That is 7 VPs difference on the space race right now.
Yeah, well, especially since he hasn't hit any space rolls.
Yeah, space is pretty much the only reason Derek isn't like already at a steamroll victory.
Yeah, you're bound to get some luck somewhere.
Yeah, and the board is it's probably about 5 VPs in favor of Derek right now. Because South America, or actually Europe, no, it's just a couple of VPs.
Europe is 6. Asia is what, 6, right? Well, if he's able to take Saudi, then that's going to be some more points to this is going to be another US Dom once Sadat comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Derek spaced A for P right there. Is that
Yep.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
4
would have tried
points.
to get a few ops in Saudi first.
Well, are you going to play A for P and give him 4 points?
Use Nixon, right?
Okay, and there is the 4.
Yeah, I like taking Afghanistan. Take that down a point.
I was gonna say, do we coup this or do we just protect Cuba like we were talking about earlier? Either way denies Dom. This is fine.
Yeah, wherever you go, he's probably just going to coup back, I believe, because you want that domination going into the next turn.
Remains the most worthless card. Yep, you can see that come a mile away.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, when you get that high up on we haven't even seen once. Oh, this is a terrible hand for
I was
Derek.
gonna say these cards are all bad so far as I read them.
And he didn't draw one small step, so that's going to make it even tougher for Derek.
Yeah, I think we need the one giant leap card for Derek to have a chance.
I would just
spacer.
Yeah,
I just want the one small step just to get him out of double space.
All right, so our opponent has Defectors, 5-year plan, Willie, Lads, One Small Step, Brush, and CMC.
Sounds correct.
So probably expecting CMC.
Yeah, but what do you? I mean, you can't headline Fidel, right?
I think all of these cards are known, by the way. I think Derek's whole hand is known.
Derek's whole hand is known.
So that's horrifying.
That is very, very hard. Well,
I would just
did Central Purge last turn.
No, he played. Oh, good thing he didn't. Yeah,
getting purged this turn would be horrifying.
Yeah, if he headlines Central, is there any way to take ops out of Cuba or put ops?
It'd have to be a redraw.
Right. Okay. So I think I think this is the correct.
I mean, sure, like there's plenty of redraws, but of his 7 known cards, no.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the right headline.
I mean, I guess the other one is just Panama at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, this is ugly.
And you can, and the terrible thing is you have to hold Fidel in case he tries to do a realign. Right, because if he realigns you out after you play it, it's gone for the game once you assault.
Yeah, maybe you try, but you're scoring Central right now, so.
Yeah, but then if you go to final scoring, that's a control of Central whenever
he. Yeah, that would be not great.
Yeah, and he doesn't even have to take it until he sees Ortega as well.
Yeah, I think we need to protect Cuba before we play Fidel. I think that's fair. Even though we don't have a lot of ops to do anything. Like this is pretty.
So we're cooing with what, EU? Okay, never mind.
No, I mean I think CMC was the obvious headline for him.
That's right, yeah.
So where is he brushing?
I think Pakistan.
Thailand or Pakistan.
Pakistan, because he's got plenty of IP war protection on Pakistan. IP war India. And actually it gives protection for India too.
Yeah.
For me, it would definitely be Pakistan.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, space. Get rid of grain right away. Good thing he didn't draw a few like DEFCON cards here. Oh,
Oh,
gee.
my
He drew
goodness.
ABM. That's just brutal.
That's going to be the 4th power card.
Yeah, 2 ABMs, Brush, and Junta.
Okay, so this one's turning a bit here for against Derek, I should say. Yeah, you got to take those out.
Wow. Where did he coup Zimbabwe?
Yeah, I just got him out.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not getting domed in Africa. Country count is 5-3.
Well, Southeast African states can be easily cooed because that's a one stab. I would take Ivory Coast at some point, and I think I would have rather done that here instead of coup. So do you think he redrew after, or is he just going after it because it's an easy region?
Ask not.
I think it's an easy region. I mean, where else is he going to ABM?
Ask what you can do for
Where
your
else would he ABM? Yeah,
I think that was the
I mean,
right choice for him.
so knowing he knows Derek's hand or should know Derek's hand, and knowing all these blue cards, I kind of would have gone after Argentina.
It's just so realignable. I don't know. I'm fine
It's
with it.
realignable, but it's very expensive because you have a bunch of blue cards you have to use, and you can't use Fidel.
Okay, the overprotection.
Some OAS there.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
okay, sure.
Definitely OAS protection. Hit it again. Jeez.
Okay, those Southeast African states love their communism. And how I learned was the redraw. So oh no, I'm sorry. He still has
I
one.
don't. Was how I learned the redraw? I don't think so.
Well, I have one card too many. Then EU.
Really overprotecting in South America.
Well, so if we're gonna do this, then we need to start protecting Cuba, I think, because now the OAS surrounds Cuba, doesn't it?
Yeah, but then you use Cuba. Then you use OAS to coup it.
You need a 3.
Yeah, I mean, if you're still holding Fidel, you can coup them later and then just abandon Fidel later.
Oof.
Oh, did redraw that.
Yeah, that's real unfortunate because that looked like it was going to be a dom for Derek, and it's not.
Yeah. That's why I wanted it. I think I would have rather liked Ivory Coast taken first, and then you go like spreading or something, or at least, or then take one shot at it.
I was going to say he could have brushed.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
The pack brush probably more valuable long term.
Instead
Yeah,
of
this has just been a lot of power cards for Derek to deal with here.
what Jerry? What'd you say he could have brushed?
No, that was the right brush.
No, I know, but what was your?
I realized it was dumb as I was saying it. I was like, he could have brushed Angola, but there's actually 2 pips of protection on it, not 1.
Yeah.
Pakistan is better.
Chat saying Southeast Asia scoring is probably fine. So they're gonna.
Yeah, this has been rough. This went from Derek looking really strong to how are we actually are there no doms on the no, Europe is a dom. So we're behind.
Well, Middle East is about to become a dom.
Yeah, that's true. So we're behind probably by somewhere 5 to 10 points.
Yeah.
We just need
And
Warsaw to solve Europe.
That's true.
Wow. Israel.
yeah, I guess
Oh,
I mean that
already
makes
Middle East.
sense. Because if Derek ends up taking Israel, then that goes to yeah, maybe.
Okay, so what do we even do with Sadat? I was gonna say Colombia. Well, okay. Do nothing with it.
Yeah, do nothing. That I don't know if you're going to place up. I don't know even where you place it.
Yeah, it was gonna be a coup of Colombia or Guatemala, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could have taken Malaysia, but I don't know if
Random realign of Nigeria.
Yeah, I like that.
yeah, that's what I was saying. He needed to go into Ivory Coast at some point. Oh, that's a car you should hold,
Yeah, with Peak too.
especially with Peak going into the late war. That's an easy and
Because then Derek just can't headline anything.
yeah, and
All
now
right,
he
there's some potential here, though.
Former's great.
Reformer's great, Purge is great.
Yeah, I like the Reformer, though. Let's get Glasnost active.
Is he going to counter with like a tear down this wall or Chernobyl? Oh no, Derek has Chernobyl, so tear down this wall.
Or like a Soviet shoot down Cal, weaken it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shuttle is annoying. Well, no, what's the country count? 6. Shuttle is annoying, actually. Oh, it is tear down.
Tear down as well.
A
Yeah.
lot of Reagan going on in this headline.
Okay, we can repair that at least.
Yep.
If you seek prosperity for the Soviet Union and Eastern Europe,
I
if you seek liberalism,
No, I like that because
Get-
Warsaw just
yeah,
takes.
get to 3. Yeah.
Yeah, still do it.
open this gate.
Although,
Yeah, I like this.
is Warsaw
Truman
taking
is still Truman's still on the deck, right?
Yes.
Mr. Gorbachev,
Yeah. If Derek
Mr. Gorbachev,
Derek could win by Europe control.
this wall.
That would take some doing, but yeah.
Yeah, he has to get Warsaw, avoid Truman, and get Salt to get Rush War back and hit Italy.
I like this with teardown gone.
Yeah. Just hope he doesn't have Truman now.
Yeah, it's a bit of a risk.
I think it's a good
Yeah.
risk.
I think you have to take it, but yeah, that's the risk. The problem is if you want to hold Purge for a later turn, you start running out of ops quick if he has like a 4-up.
I don't think we're going to be able to accomplish that, my friend.
What, taking No, I'm
With
saying
taking
just for
Purge.
France. I'm just saying for France. Holding Purge. Yeah.
Marshall going to be played for ops again.
Yeah.
I mean, we've gone down this road.
I think you have to continue it. He's going to play China
France
for this at
becomes
some
the
point.
turn 8 battleground.
You'll know when he hits a block when he uses China to go in there.
Yeah, and let's
Yeah, there it is.
just put shuttle right back in there. We have pretty good ops here.
I mean, well, yeah, now that, well, you can't use Usuri, you can't really use Chernobyl.
Pershing's fine too.
Pershing is fine. Um,
This is
shuttle,
fine. We've done shuttle first, but
shuttle you could use. North Sea oil is trouble. So that's what I'm saying is you're running out of cards a little bit with because the others are pretty annoying to event.
Today I say, as long as this gate is closed, as long as this scar of a
You
war
can't use Osuri at all for this.
it is not the German question.
if we give Usuri and he just gives us the China card right back, I mean,
Yeah,
there's
you can
value
use
in
it.
that.
It's just
I mean, he takes
How are
France
you
with
winning the
him.
card? You went a flower power.
interesting.
Maybe he drew IP war.
Why didn't he just play that before
Yeah.
China?
bef-
I mean, I know because Usuri's known, maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah, but now we're just spacing that. Yeah, okay.
Well, at least you force him to space that instead of one of the other cards, I guess. But
Because we got rid of Nixon. That's removed, right? So this is China card's
Yeah.
ours then.
yeah, for as long as we want to hold it, yeah. Oh, it wants II war. Interesting.
Okay, so I guess that's why the UN
A
of
flower, yeah.
flower,
Yeah.
but still, I mean, I don't know.
I think it's fine. It's 2 points, and who knows how many more cards you're gonna get. I think I would have done that before China, though. But
Yeah. I kind of like the little random realigns in Nigeria. What else do we have to do?
realigns on Zaire.
That's a secondary target right there.
Secondary, yeah.
Yeah, I. You're really gonna
Is this effective?
no. He's got to have a 2 or 3 up to do it to take it back.
I mean, I don't mind this on AR7 with Chernobyl. I don't know that it's all that effective here, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, you're inviting him to just overprotect it, and you well, or not.
The line of demarcation is
I mean, do it again if you did it once.
Yeah,
and that therefore people beyond it should go someplace else.
I mean,
So
am I wrong? I
basically
feel like
all the ops from both players went into France that turn.
yeah. Which I don't think it helps. I think it helps U.S. more than Derek right now.
Yeah, because the board didn't really change as a result.
Oh, this is
Exactly.
sad. Ames will
Well,
dump.
he's getting he was getting rid of it either way.
It was going away anyway with discard.
Yeah.
But it's sad to see Ames gone. That could have been impactful
Yeah,
for
Ames
Derek.
could have been good for us to draw.
Yeah,
Because the
I think
deck
you
is
just
pretty red now.
yeah, you just dump all this into France, I think, and just be done with this poking game.
I agree. And so does Cory.
Yeah, France always can use some overprotecting.
Mhm.
All right, well, this is not good.
We can play Middle East to get rid of Shuttle, and then Asia's not actually a Dom. So
Okay.
Yeah. Which you're gonna have to do, yeah.
you know,
And this is good that II War did not hit because then this would be presenceless Dom for Cory
Yeah.
in the Middle East.
Decall doesn't do much, does it?
no.
I mean, socialist, and are we fighting for France again?
Ugh.
Doesn't seem like a winning battle.
I
We
don't
don't have
I
good
can't
ops, right? Like I just if we had better ops, I'd be fine with it. But
well you also have 2 scorings you have to do, so
yeah, it doesn't seem. Yeah, decall's fine.
Yeah, just
Stockholm might be a
take a
good.
lot of non-battlegrounds, or yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Surround Zaire.
set up two nice realigns.
But
Yeah,
you're gonna. I'm assuming you're gonna coup Nigeria. I guess you could coup Libya.
Oh, this is nice because we're breaking Algeria in case he's dropping DEFCON here, which he is with a 5th power card.
what's the power card count now, Jeremy?
5-0.
5. Yeah, he's got Junta twice, ABM twice,
Okay, at least the
So it
wall
does
goes
whiff.
Darren's way.
and Brush once. Brush was after the reshuffle, right? Or
It's on the
Yeah,
turn of
Brush
the
is
reshuffle. Yeah.
yeah.
yeah. So
Brush
that's
will be well, he's gonna Star Wars for Brush is what's gonna happen, so he gets all of them twice.
Yeah.
that is a possibility. Yeah.
Okay, so unfortunately we don't have a magical 5-op card to take both Argentina and Algeria. So I think
Yeah,
this
that's
is
annoying.
correct. I think I would use the hostage crisis before sock govs, but it doesn't really matter. We're probably not inventing sock govs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think you still do a hostage crisis first, just in case.
Yeah.
All right, do the realigns.
Realigns.
I think so, right? They're very
Yeah,
valuable.
this is why you needed to go into Ivory Coast.
All right, so now hit Zaire. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
2 rolls at +1. All right, that's fine.
Yeah, that's still was great getting Nigeria flipped.
Yeah, that did what it had to do. CIA for the event. Okay.
Mid-turn event that.
I don't like that.
What did he headline? Yeah, well, Junta's better headline. That's fair.
Junta's better, but CIA is
Seems like
better.
you should have held that headline next turn though.
Right, because then you know his whole
Yeah, her turn,
hand next
whole turn
turn.
10 hand.
And you steal the coup next turn.
Yeah, I think you guys are both right. The only thing I'm thinking is maybe Cory's got something he wants to discard.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah, and there. I mean, it depends on his hand. True, yeah, but
I mean, the good thing is I don't think he can do anything about Asia. But now we gotta get these scorings out of our hand.
Why are you not cooing Cameroon with that?
Yeah, we gotta dump these.
Yeah, what was the Japan overprotect? I mean,
He must have a
jam.
decently weak hand because the China jam of Japan is what he's worried about.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, if he has a weak hand, that's fine. I just think you have to coup Cameroon here, or you're going to have almost
let's
no
see that
presence.
Star Wars for Brush that hits on Thailand now.
That's still a bad target, I think. Yeah, this has got to be Cameron, right? Please.
Yeah,
that's nasty 6 there.
Nice coup.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is fine.
So if he was worried about a Japan jam, he probably doesn't have anything to break up countries in Asia.
Yeah, probably not many ops to speak of.
Yeah. Muslim to space, does he hit it? Oh, a rare failure.
Rare NASA whiff.
NASA failed there, yeah.
We really need Warsaw to come here.
Yeah, that's important.
Would that even be enough at this point?
I mean, would at least solve Europe. It's a start.
It is a start. It is a start. Yes.
I mean, that's 7 VPs just wiping out Poland and flipping it to us. He has had plans all this time, hasn't he? Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's get rid of that. We are in some war games trouble here, and we've left Millops till AR7.
Yeah, which is not good. This is I would assume this is a coup on Sudan.
What's the counts? Count 6-3, so a Sudan coup doesn't do much.
Well, it gets it to within one country.
Yeah, I don't know.
Central coup makes sense as well.
Where are you cooing in Central, though?
I'd rather coup Haiti if I was the opponent. If I was Cory.
Yeah, you already have it as a dom.
But we've seen
We redrew IP war, which is annoying for Derek.
what did that do? Oh,
Ooh,
that did total.
Germany. All right,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
with the
nice.
Millop situation, that makes sense.
Yeah. Hey, Guatemala. Interesting. Okay, because he's thinking he wants to coup Mexico. Sure.
Maybe the hold card is Warsaw here, or the discard card. I
Yeah,
mean,
it could be.
oh,
Ooh, uh-oh.
Ooh, that's trouble.
this that's annoying. Oh
He
gosh.
didn't discard anything. Well, we got a great card. Although, do we? I wouldn't discard VOA because Star Wars is out there. Um,
So you do
we're risking missile envy here because we're behind in this game and we're not.
well. This will only be for headline, sure. But what's the first card you're doing for the
North
trap?
Sea.
That could be
North
North
Sea?
Sea, I guess.
North Sea.
Yeah.
It's got to be North Sea. You can't dump VOA because it'll get Star Wars, and that's game losing.
Yeah. Yeah, AR-7 Star Wars for voice. Yeah.
Yeah, and even with peak, this is a good risk for Derek because he's behind right now.
Five-year plan would be nasty here. But that's in the is that in the discard?
It is.
Okay. I guess duck would also be nasty. What's the makeup of the deck? Red, blue?
A little red, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 blue, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15 red.
Ah, that he could have held Truman, yeah.
Gives up. Yeah. Oh, this. Well, better hope you don't have Star Wars now.
Okay, we get out. This
Well, let's see if
Nigeria
US can
roll
actually
needs to
get to the
miss.
threshold.
The what? Well, yeah, he has to get to the threshold. Yeah, true.
This just has to be a 1 or a 2 on Nigeria here with Missile Envy.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, he has to take the coup.
No, I know, and Derek needs him to miss.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what Jeremy's saying.
Yeah, yeah.
And even that probably isn't enough. But yeah, it's a start once again, and yeah, the 5 is not good.
So now Sudan coup does change the to a U.S. domination.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Derek's now down with the 4. He's down close to 20 VPs now. I'm not seeing a.
Well, I was saying he needed like Europe control, but that's gone way from
Yeah,
him.
it's gone the other
Direction.
superpowers about to control Europe here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Derek's only Europe holding is West Germany, which he stole from blockade. Otherwise, US would be controlling Europe.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Yeah, and he's just overprotecting stuff because that's all he's got to do. We got to take a big coup of Cameroon. It's insane, but like that's the only way we're getting points is by getting real lines in Africa.
Yeah, I like a Cameroon coup.
Sure, you do it with NATO.
You can try.
I mean, that's
Start with AI war. Help to roll a 5 or a 6. I don't know, but yeah,
well,
probably like what I mean. Like I'm open to better uses of the 4-op card than that. But whatever.
I mean, if you get a 6 on an AI, isn't it just put 1 in for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to use NATO there. That's just way too easy to coup it back.
And I mean that's not going to be enough. Like that'll get us 5 points.
Yeah, I mean it's
Flags is fine.
Yeah, a 3-op at least give yourself a 1/3.
Okay.
Gosh.
The worst roll.
Yeah. So here, if you're the US, you take Ivory Coast, in my opinion.
Yeah, if nothing happens in Africa, you take even real lines of Nigeria, and then and then you're just taking a hero real line shot at Panama as your secondary target.
But yeah, and
That
I
is
mean,
an epic hero real-line.
he's got double
It's
access.
not that heroic.
Well, he's got 2 access points to Panama.
You just need a nice 6-1, and you're fine. Actually, no, you need a couple. It's pretty heroic.
You need more than 1/6-1, yeah.
It's pretty heroic. You're right. You're right.
And if you whiff at all, he's taking Costa Rica, I think.
Yeah, I mean, this is like we have some ops, but like, what are we doing with them? Like, this is just unfortunately a bad position. Yeah, so maybe coup Colombia to hope to. Then you take even real lines of Panama. I mean, Panama is a spot where you can get 6 points, I think, by flipping it.
Yeah.
So I mean, if
I think if
we got,
I just think
we're still not there, but
yeah, I just think if you coup Colombia or you do realigns, he's taking Costa Rica to make the realigns tougher later on.
maybe I don't know if I.
What else is he doing with his ops?
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty full board. I mean he should really be protecting Africa.
Yeah, I would take Ivory Coast first here. I would do that for sure.
If you could 3-op, I think Ivory Coast and what is that, Cameroon?
Yeah, Cameroon, yeah. Is a great play here, yeah.
I mean, I don't even mind 2-ops into Romania to secure your down for the US.
Yeah,
Yeah,
get another
sure.
point.
Dominant point.
Yeah. Make it like 8-point Europe.
Yeah. Yeah, with Poland and two touchers.
Oh, actually with
I think it's
Poland,
already 8. I think that would make it 9.
well, it's usually 5, right?
Yeah, and he's got 2 extra. I think it's already 8. Yeah.
No, he has 1 extra. Oh, he has 1 extra country, which makes
Oh
it
yeah, yeah, it's 4-1
Wait,
now.
he
Yeah,
just
I forgot about that.
self-quagged.
Wait, what?
why?
Whoa.
Why is he self-quagging?
He
Plot
must
twist.
have Warsaw and hold on.
But he can I guess, but you can space Warsaw.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, well,
Okay, so Derek looking at making
where did he put the first out for arms race?
Burma.
Burma? Oh, okay, sure.
Trying to be able to jam India.
Well, he's going to be able to.
Yeah, so everything is overprotected.
I want to see the rest of his hand because I do not like that play at all. On Cory's part.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have something to do with our ops all of a sudden.
Well, yeah, if you're going to self-trap yourself.
My goodness, where do we go now? Okay, Glasnost is also. I mean, honestly, Cory's doing well enough. He could have played Glasnost.
Yeah,
I think so. Because that gives you the coup, right?
Yeah, it gives you it would give Derek 4 ops, and this is what to do with this 4. I don't think this is going to be enough for Derek, but we're in hero realign territory, I think, now, making this a possibility.
Maybe I would have to score up the board.
I think he's down something like 8, counting the 3. Okay,
Yeah,
just count Israel.
Is
Count
that
Israel.
also,
Just
Jeremy?
take
Is
out
that
Israel.
Jeremy? Is that also
Yes.
including China card?
No,
Okay.
it's roughly. I think it's like high single digits. Derek's down now. I'm not very precise here.
Yeah.
Because Europe and Central is 10. Okay, do it. There we go.
Okay, that's 8, 10. Keep going, Derek.
So that'll be 11.
11, yeah. 7.
Yeah. So we're down 11 counting the China card.
Yeah.
Assuming a US any sort of AR7 play.
So
Still-
we need to do. I think the right play here is one up to Lebanon to take a Middle East dom, and then one up to El Salvador.
How do you have a Middle East dom? It's
Ah,
3-3.
Oh, you're right.
You need to take India to get a point there. Or you start realigning on Nigeria and Zaire.
I think we realign Nigeria because then we can use an op to take it.
Yeah, and then you get down there. This is why he needs to go into Ivory Coast. He needs to get into countries that are adjacent to these countries.
I'm gonna make a meme out of Matt's, and I'm not saying you're wrong, Matt, but I'm gonna make a meme out of Matt's love for Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Oh, awful realigns. That'll do. I mean, keep watching in case an ad pops up for Derek, but that'll do.
Yeah, Derek needs to hit his realigns though.
Yeah, those were bad.
That's enough.
In South Georgia. God save the Queen.
Now it's you got two realigns and you have to. Oh, actually, we've been through this. You need more than a 6-1 on Panama. Oh, I guess actually you can get Dom in Africa by getting him out of Nigeria, and
This is the
getting
this
him
is
out
the
of
end of the
ones, yeah.
Isn't this the end of the game?
Oh, it is. Thank you.
Because he played China.
Oh yeah, good point.
All right. Well, that was kind of a rough one for Derek. He drops to, I believe, 12-7. One game left. And if he wins that one, he should still, almost certainly will be in the playoff. Yeah, and Space, how many VPs? Not quite 13, but I think 10. No, he didn't get the last 4. So 6 VPs from Space.
Yeah.
All right, so that will do it for us. Any final thoughts, guys?
Derek just wants to make his final game that more dramatic.
Yep. All right. Well, that will do it. Have a good night, everybody.